Storytime Stories. I'm Gammie, and I'm so happy that you could join me for Storytime tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope you're looking forward to the weekend, the upcoming weekend. If it's going to be nice and pretty wherever you are, you might be able to get out in the yard and have fun and help Mommy and Daddy with the yard work, and maybe go get some flowers and some bushes and plant those. That sounds like so much fun. Maybe even have a cookout. That sounds like a lot of fun. I know Gammie's going to try to go to our local store and maybe get some flowers to plant this weekend, and I'm really excited over that. So I hope the weather permitting, good Lord willing, we'll be able to have a wonderful, blessed weekend together. Tonight, the permission for our reading has been given by Cottage Door Press, and the name of our story tonight is The Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, there was a huge lion who lived in a dark, rocky den in the middle of the jungle. When the lion wasn't out hunting, why, he loved to curl up in his den and just sleep. In fact, as his friends knew, if he didn't get enough sleep, the lion became extremely grumpy. Do you do that, boys and girls? If you don't get enough sleep at night, are you a little grumpy in the morning time when Mommy and Daddy are trying to get you up ready for school? You know what? Gammie's like that too. If I don't get enough sleep, I tend to be a little bit on the grumpy side too. Well, one day, while the lion lay sleeping as usual, a little mouse thought he'd take a shortcut straight through the lion's den. The mouse lived with his family in a hollow at the bottom of a tall tree, just on the other side of the lion's rocky home. He was on his way home for supper and didn't want to have to climb up and over those big old boulders surrounding the den. Well, what harm can it do? He thought. He's snoring so loudly. Why, he'll never hear me. As he hurried past the snoring beast, he accidentally ran over the lion's paw. What do you think happened, boys and girls? With a mighty roar, the lion woke up and he grabbed that little mouse in one quick motion. I dare you wake me up, the lion roared angrily. Don't you know who I am? I'm the king of the beasts. No one disturbs my sleep. I'll eat you for my supper. And he opened his huge mouth wide, shaking with fear at the sight of all the lion's sharp, pointed teeth. The terrified little mouse, he begged the angry lion to let him go. Please, Mr. Lion, he cried. I did not mean to wake you up. It was an accident. I was just trying to get home to my family. Well, I'm too small to make a good meal for someone as mighty as you. Please let me go, and I promise to help you one day. Do you think the big almighty lion lets the little mouse go, boys and girls? Let's see. I hope so. The grumpy lion stared at that little tiny mouse. Then he laughed loudly. You help me, he said scornfully, shaking his furry mane. What a ridiculous idea. You're too small to help someone as big as me. Oh, the little mouse trembled, and he closed his eyes as he waited for the terrible jaws to snap him up. But, to his surprise, the lion didn't eat him. Instead, the lion smiled and opened his paw. Go on home, little mouse, said the lion. You've made me laugh, and you put me in a good mood, so I will let you go. But hurry on your way now before I change my mind." Oh, the little mouse was so very grateful. Thank you, Mr. Lion," he squeaked. I promise to be your friend forever, and I won't disturb you ever again." As quickly as he could, the little mouse scurried home. What a story he'd have to tell his children. A few days later, the lion was out hunting in the jungle. As he crept stealthily through the lush undergrowth, he smelled something so delicious. There, in a small clearing just ahead of him, stood a goat eating the grass beneath a shady tree. What do you think that lion's thinking about? The lion circled the clearing, slowly crawling through the tall grass. He crouched low, ready to pounce on the unsuspecting goat, when suddenly a big net fell right on top of him. He was trapped in a hunter's snare. The goat, bleating in terror, ran off into the jungle. I don't blame him a bit. The lion roared, and he tried to break free from the trap, but the more he struggled, the more he became tangled in the net. He was so angry that he let out the loudest of roars. Roar! Oh, he is trapped. How is he going to get out of that? Let's see. The trees in the jungle shook with that terrible roar that the lion gave out. Every animal for miles heard it, including, guess who? The little bitty mouse. "Oh no," squeaked the mouse. "That's my friend, the lion. He must be in trouble. I've got to go and help him." "Be careful, my dear," cried the mouse's wife. "Remember how big he is." That little mouse, he scurried through the jungle just as fast as his tiny legs would carry him toward the lion's mighty roar. Soon, he came upon the clearing, and the lion tangled and trapped in the ropes of the hunter's net. "Keep still, Mr. Lion, keep still," cried the mouse. "I'll have you out of there in no time." "You?" laughed the lion. The mouse ignored him and quickly started gnawing through the net with his sharp little teeth. And before long, there was a big hole in the net, and the lion squeezed through the ropes and escaped his trap. The lion held out his giant paw toward the little mouse. Thank you, my little friend," he said, humbly bowing his huge head. "I was wrong when I laughed at you and said that someone as small as you couldn't help me. You saved my life today, and I am truly grateful." The little mouse smiled up at the lion. "You were kind enough to let me go before, and I promised I would pay you back one day," he squeaked. "It was my turn to help you." Side by side, the big lion and the little mouse walked back into the jungle. And from that day on, that huge, mighty lion and the little tiny, mighty mouse became the best of friends. The end. And boys and girls, this is Gammie's cat, Smokey, making his debut today. He's coming in to listen to the story too. Well, Gammie hopes that you enjoyed our story tonight, The Lion and the Mouse. And I hope and pray that if you did, you'd give me a big thumbs up. Me and Smokey, give us a big thumbs up. And like, share, and subscribe to Gammie's Bedtime Stories. I would greatly appreciate that, boys and girls. And until story time again, God bless you all, and sweet dreams from Smokey and Gammie. Bye-bye.